Hey, everybody, this is Pastor Brandon with the next episode of the Fandom Pastor. If this is the first time for you, glad to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. So, do me a favor, first of all, give me a like, share this out. Um, just help me get the word out about all of this. This is kind of a labor of love more than anything. I enjoy doing this, and it opens my eyes to how everything is connected to God. Everything is connected to God more than I ever thought, honestly, which we should recognize everything's connected to God, but everything can teach us something about God and about ourselves and how we connect to Him, whether good or bad. And so that's why we are doing a series right now on cult films. So, cult films, I'm sure many of you kind of know what a cult film is. It's those movies that are kind of weird. They kind of have this group that is incredibly passionately dedicated to them. They will do everything to bring them up, to talk about them, to just share their love about them. Very often, it's films that didn't do very well in the theaters at the beginning. Very often, they're very quirky, they're weird, but they can be pretty entertaining. Uh, there's it's more about the audience reaction than it is about anything else. So, this film was actually a new one for me. I'd never watched it before. It was a suggestion by a friend. I'd asked for suggestions for cult films, and this was one of them. So, the clue from last time was this film is about one of the most unusual love stories ever. And if you know cult films and if you know weird love stories, yeah, we could definitely have gone for some sci-fi or things like this, but this is actually very grounded. This is the film Harold and Maude. Now, I've linked the trailer below, but this is again kind of an unusual film. I did enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. I thought it was really interesting. It's from 1971. It's an older film, and the story is about this young man, Harold. He's 20 years old and obsessed with suicide and death. And he meets Maude. She's this 80-year-old woman, very eccentric. They're kind of an odd couple, and they meet at a funeral, and they just connect. They click, and they develop this kind of taboo romantic relationship. And the relationship is more about uh, this fresh perspective on the meaning of life. And I just thought it was a really interesting film. Definitely is different. Um, it's definitely takes a spin on life and death and everything. I don't want to spoil anything in case you have not watched it before, but it's definitely, I think it's one worth taking a look at. But there's one piece that I really want to talk about, and this one really stood out to me. And I'm just going to read some dialogue. This is between Harold and Maude. So Harold says, you hop in any car you want and just drive off. Maude, well, not any car. I like to keep a variety. I'm always looking for the new experience. Harold says, maybe. Nevertheless, I think you're upsetting people. I don't know if it's right. Maud says, well, if some people get upset because they feel they have a hold on some things, I'm merely acting as a gentle reminder. Here today, gone tomorrow, so don't get attached to things. I thought that was certainly a great perspective for us as Christians. And and I think it definitely is a reflection upon the story as well, because it's also talking about life. So, Ecclesiastes 3. I have seen the business that God has given to the children of man to be busy with. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, he has put eternity into man's heart. So, the emphasis in Ecclesiastes is kind of this fleeting nature. of things in life and how we are to live in reality, to live in kind of the moment, where we are at, where God has placed us. We're kind of told to um, experience life as it is. And it very much a reflection on how Maude sees life. We're to live in the moment, be where God has placed us, and don't stress so much. Um, we're not supposed to go the other way and say, nothing lasts forever, so who cares? But we are to kind of be where we're at. Uh, God has put eternity into us, into our hearts, into our lives. When He says we will be with Him forever in all of eternity. In the book of Revelation, it talks about all of the end times and uh, how it goes for all of eternity. And yes, we need to kind of recognize that, but talking about here on earth, the stuff the stuff is going to go away. It's going to deteriorate. It's going to fall away. It's not going to matter anymore. Everything in life is going to go away except for God. So it's understanding that we can take pleasure in what we have now at this moment, at this place, but we can't dwell on it too much. We need to recognize the importance of God is for all of eternity, and those brothers and sisters of ours who are in Christ will be with us for all of eternity as well. And so we need to recognize their importance. But the things of life, the great wealth, the health, all those goodies are going to disappear. They're going to go away. Today might be a day of feasting, and tomorrow we have nothing. And we can't stress about that. We can't go overboard. We can't hold to anything too tightly. Maude is a great reflection upon that. She lives in the moment, and Harold learns from her. Um, again, things kind of go. It's kind of a weird little film. So that's definitely a piece of it we can learn, but you learn some other things as well. So it's just, again, a really interesting film. I encourage you to do that and kind of take that attitude. Don't take everything that went on in the film to the extreme, though. There are definitely some things that you should not take from it, but there you go. So again, this is our cult film series. So next week, um, we are going to be into October. And so or not next week, next time we will be into October. So I thought we're going to have two different films that will be of a more Halloweeny type of genre. There still be cult films, but I thought we would go into those. So the clue for this is an odd one. This is definitely one of the weirdo films. This film, although a horror movie, was actually funded by a Baptist church, and some of the cast members even got baptized. So thanks, God bless, and have a great week, month, year.